There are two different ways of making eyes for your projects. You can buy plastic or glass eyes. I bought these eyes on Amazon and I painted the backs so that they would be yellow and look owlish, and then you would simply place the eyes into the sockets and you get a really cute look. However, you probably don't have those plastic eyes right now, and we're going to make eyes out of wool. So take a piece of yellow bat, fold the edges around, and simply place into the eye socket where you want it to be and start to felt. You're going to felt around the edges and try to make a clean circle. It's hard at first, and you also want your circles to be symmetrical. That is my biggest challenge in life, is to make things symmetrical. All right, you're going to repeat this with the second eye. Fold the bat around in your fingers until you get a circle shape. Place that into the socket and felt down around the circle. Continue working the edges until you get it the way you want. Now you're going to take either a piece of bat or roving, and we're going to outline the eye, twist it between your fingers to get a somewhat reasonable, clean looking line. Sometimes there's some bumps in there that you have to work out. Put it on the edge of the eye and then simply pull the twist of wool as you go around the outside edge of the eye and felt. Occasionally my fingers do cover up the project. I try really hard to keep my fingers out of there, but it's difficult to do top-down work without having your fingers cover up things once in a while. Okay, so you're going to continue to go around the edge, and you see you have this fun, pretty cute eyeliner on the owl. Tuck in any raw edges. Now you're going to do the iris, the pupil of his eye. Just take a piece of wool and rub it between your fingers and make a ball as best you can. And then take that ball, place it in the middle of the eye, and keep going around until you have a circle. Okay. So for the second eye, I have sped up the video a little bit because I've already showed you how to do one, but I promise not to leave any steps out of my videos, so I've just decided to speed things up a little bit here so you could see the second eye being done, but faster. Okay, let's start on the beak. This is a fun technique that I invented. I take a small piece of beak colored wool. In this case we have an orange. You're going to wrap that around the needle and then twist between your thumb and forefinger until you get a really tight twist. Plunge the needle into the area where you want the beak to start, and then simply pull the beak off the needle. Then start felting at the top of the beak. Felt down the beak onto the bottom. It's really not hard to get this to stick to the face. When you're working with really small pieces, it's super easy to stick your fingers, so the least amount of felting on a small piece as possible. So just work with that beak, felting it onto the face until you get it into the position you like. You can scrunch that piece between your fingers to get a smaller size You can angle it any way you want. So just plunge the needle into the bottom of the beak, down into the face until you're sure it's secure.